Hello, this is Elizabeth Claire Brewington with the Pigglesworth show, and we are here with the creators, JoAnn and David. So over to you, JoAnn, and this is our second episode, and we hope to see y'all again and again and again. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or wherever this show, write us a comment so that we know that you liked the show and you liked the channel. So over to you, JoAnn.
Hi, thank you, Elizabeth. And hello, everybody. Welcome to our show, Mama Pigglesworth's Corner podcast. I appreciate all of you being here. And what I want, and so to give you a little bit of history about myself, I'm the author and the creator of the Sir Pigglesworth Adventure Series. And Sir Pigglesworth is a little 5-year-old pig who travels around the world, spreading cheer and goodwill from the Queen of England. You'll notice his name is Sir Pigglesworth, so he's been knighted by the Queen. And so getting on to our very first story, Sir Pigglesworth came into being in September of 2014. So it's been just about 10 years now. And it took us a while to find our illustrator. And I can say we have been totally blessed to find David Darchicourt. And there I see a picture of him. And David's going to be talking a little bit about what he does, how he does it. He's going to be making some little drawings for us and explaining some of the illustrations in the book. I had found 3 or 4 people before I found David, and they just weren't the right one. And what made me pick David, choose him to talk to about him, was an illustration that he had in his portfolio. And it ended up being something totally different than what I saw that I originally liked. And may I say, he is the most creative person in this world that I know of. I tell him what I want for each page, and David picks it up and runs with it. And I can't even think of one time that I disliked anything David did. He's that good. So, David, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and how much, hopefully you enjoy doing Sir Pigglesworth and working with Bill and I.
Well, hello everyone. Have to watch me on this technology here that I'm playing around with because I'm not as up on this as I should be. And let me see. So I had screen sharing on a minute ago, and right now I'm looking at the wrong. You're looking at the wrong screen, so I have to go and fix that. But like JoAnn said, it's been a wonderful time that we spent together for the last 10 years. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years. But they found me through an online site. And when you get jobs on an online site, you never quite know what's going to happen. So we uh, we just started working and it went along one book after another. And that was, I guess, about 10 books ago. And we're still doing it, still going strong. Um, Joey, why don't you talk a little bit more for a minute? Let me see if I can get the correct screen up on screensaver, okay?
Okay. So I can tell you guys that back in September, October of, I guess it was, we found David in September. It was Labor Day weekend, and he was willing to give up some of his time that day. It was actually Labor Day, and he spent, oh gosh, we were on the phone well over an hour with David, and he was like drawing little things as I was telling him my vision of Sir Pigglesworth. And not long after that, I had been advertising on Facebook about my book, and we were invited up to, it was in Virginia. I think maybe it was called Bohannon, Virginia. And the book wasn't even finished yet. So I brought pages with me that we had up on the screen. And so maybe the first 10 pictures were finished and they were in color. The next several pictures were drawn, but they were in black and white. But they invited us up to the library up there to give a talk about our new book. And we were quite happy to go. It was our very first time we went anywhere. And David rushed as much as he could to get things done. And he did an awesome job, as usual. Well, it looks like he's got his screen now. So I'm going to
Yep.
send it back to you, David.
All right. Okay. As you can see over my shoulder here or there, there's a screen. And this shows you exactly what I look at when I do the illustrations for the book, like Sir Pigglesworth, and I do a lot of illustrations, drawings, paintings for a lot of other projects. But this is called a Wacom tablet, and the special thing about this is that you can draw directly on the screen. And you can also use any kind of tools that you want. You can use watercolor, you can use magic marker, you can use paint, you can use oil paint, airbrush. And I'll tell you, it's just wonderful because you draw your drawings in digital format. That's what it's called. But let's look at this a minute. And anytime you always, it's always interesting for people. They say, when you start to draw the pig, Sir Pigglesworth, where do you start? And I always start with the nose. So let me get that nose back on there.
He does have a distinctive nose. He's a pig after all.
Yeah, he is a pig. And it was funny because when I first got those, first met with JoAnn and Bill on the phone or whatever, I had drawn pigs that looked like real pigs on four legs, and they said, no, we don't want that. But when I always start Sir Pigglesworth, I start with this shape. And it almost looks like a heart with rounded edges on it. Put two little holes, and there's your pig's nose. And now, because of all the situations Sir Pigglesworth gets into, he's got to have a lot of expressions. And really, the easiest way to make expressions are to use the mouth and the eyes and the eyebrows. So let's say Sir Pigglesworth had this kind of expression on. Oh, you think he's a happy pig, right? Right there, happy pig. Well, my little pen tool or stylus tool has an eraser on the back of it, so I can erase that. And then see if Sir Pigglesworth is in danger or he's scared, you can give him this kind of mouth where he goes, ah, like that. And then, he's scared. But, we don't want him to be too scared. So let's get rid of that one and go back to a great big open mouth smile. All right. And there's some teeth on there. You let me know if I'm going too much here, JoAnn.
Oh,
I will depend on you timing wise here.
You're doing fine.
But we start with that, and then Sir Pigglesworth always has his goggles on. So we put the goggles up top. And you notice I'm not super careful about being exactly perfect when I draw because I can always fix it later. And also sometimes things happen that are special, when you're drawing. So I noticed yeah, I'm back. um Sir Pigglesworth's eyes, of course, go in the goggles. So this is Sir Pigglesworth, and he's got, of course, spiky looking hair all the time because he's pretty cool dude.
Yes.
And he's got his flying scarf on.
And there's Sir Pigglesworth.
There he is.
Thing.
And you can do with the eyebrows, you can make him look any way you want. He can be kind of look like he's trying to figure something out or he's kind of bashful, kind of a bashful pig there. So this is the way I create all the books, and um, it's been a great partnership. But I think it's important when you get into a project like this, even if you're a kid and you want to draw a book, and I drew some books when I was kids, you have to know your main character and be able to draw him in all different kind of situations, all different kind of ways and positions. So then, of course, the next thing is again with this tool, it's nice because you can go and you can use an airbrush and you can put color on him which is pretty cool. And the airbrush over here, it has like all different kinds of airbrushes, anything you could think. But I'm going to use a soft airbrush. And then I made a layer underneath of the layer that I'm on, and you can just color ahead and color it in like a coloring book. And in fact, the coloring books that are on SirPigglesworth.com are actually my drawings without the color in them. So what I did was I saved the black and white drawings on a layer or a document, and then I was able to make a coloring book out of them because, they were still available to me. Let's make him like maybe he's blushing a little bit, like, ooh, he's a little nervous to be here on podcast. But he's got a nice pink nose. And he's got a nice blue in his flying goggles there. But it's been a real adventure and a real pleasure to work with JoAnn and Bill as they put this together. And believe me, they are the most patient people in the world. And there's been a few times when they had to be with me, but I always try to keep on schedule, and we have fun working together. So, any comments, JoAnn, or?
Now, just that I'm just so impressed at how fast that can be done. And I know you can go back and change anything that needs to be changed. The only thing I recall ever asking you to change is in book 4 when we had the pirates and we had Captain Nasty Beard, and I said I wanted him, to look real mean. And you sent the first picture back and he had a blonde beard. He didn't look mean at all. I said, no, it's got to be black beard with some, gray through it. And so the next one that came back was just perfect. But it's like I always give you ideas and just let you run with them because you are so creative. Absolutely.
The only other thing I think was in book 2, where the scene of the barge going across the river.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be in daytime, and you got it at nighttime.
We had it.
So we corrected that later on.
Yeah, and it was fairly easy to fix.
Little things, that always needed to be fixed. I 99.9% of the time went with what you came up because I just always loved it so much.
And I think that's the thing that made it so much fun to work with you two, and why we worked together for 10 years. It's because a lot of people want to tell graphic designers or illustrators or people who are going to illustrate a book exactly how to do every little thing. And we don't need that. Sometimes the best creative partnership comes when they give me the ideas or the text from their book, and then I come up with rough sketches real quick, and we kind of work through it that way. And it's been a lot of fun. And one of the things that's happened from that is this is book number 3, where Sir Pigglesworth goes to New York City, and he's in the Macy's Day Parade. You can all see that pretty good. There's a big turkey up top here, and all. And the fun thing was I would do these books and I'd get a little bit bored doing them, so I would put people and put different things in the backgrounds.
So look at this. One of the things I love best about David is that he puts little interesting things in the background there. Now look, see, and so I want people to just not see Sir Pigglesworth the pig. I want them to see the whole picture. These are full color, full page pictures. So I want everybody to get as much out of them as they can. So look what you see with the people in the background. There's a lot of diversity. We have African Americans. We have some Oriental people in there. We have a nun.
Yeah, this one, you can see the nun right here. And as you're going across, got a little girl with pink hair. And then we have a cowboy and his daughter, I guess. And couples all through the place. And then we have a Russian-looking couple there with their little muffs. And then for some reason, and we can't ever figure this out, we have a knight who shows up in a lot of the pages in full armor, and we have no idea why he's there. maybe someday, hint, 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 JoAnn
Okay.
and Bill, you'll give us a backstory for the night,
Yeah.
okay? If you just give us a backstory for the night, that would make me happy. And then there's a sea captain. And then you have a lot of things going on where like a little guy is slipping on a banana peel. You know, he's one of the guys holding the ropes for the float, the air balloon. So that is just really, really fun for me to put stuff like that. So if you read the books, as you read the books, go through and see what you can find. There's always something there for you to look at.
Look carefully at the pictures.
Yep,
Well, I can
yep.
tell you that I've had bunches of kids tell me I love Sir Pigglesworth's books, but I really love the illustrations. And I always say yes. You know, I'm very happy. You know, it's not all about the book because it's the illustrations that make the book also.
Yeah, I like to. This is in the latest book that's going to be coming out, but I always like to make all the characters in the picture look like they could have a story or a backstory of their own. And like this, you know, you got him, he's in the throne room with the queen, and his mom and dad are there with him. But you get this guy standing in the foreground here, and then he's got his gray coat on the top hat, and he's got a monocle on. And I just want you to look at him and kind of wonder, gee, I wonder what his name would be or what his story. Um, what do you think, you know, he brings to things? And then of course, you know, it's nice. I really enjoy framing the pictures in beautiful backgrounds. I want to almost have a lot of detail and I can use the backgrounds over again. So I don't have to draw them over and over again. But I like to take time and really do some beautiful backgrounds on things. All right. So JoAnn and Bill, what are their words of wisdom? You can talk about me if you want to say something mean about me. I remember.
Have anything mean to say about you, David? Bill
Oh,
may
okay.
ask Bill that question, not me.
Yeah.
Bill, do you have anything to say about David?
Oh yeah, he puts up with me.
That's not easy, everybody.
That's right.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
we'll
no,
have
I
to
get
bring up
that.
that adoption question again. You and JoAnn were going to adopt me someday, but I don't know if that's going to come or not. But
Oh, we can say that. I don't know if I got on a little bit late. First time, well, the only time we've ever met David, was up here in Washington in that area, and we were just talking. He just sat down. He had a little, sheet of paper. And he just started doodling. There was Sir Pigglesworth on skis and all kinds of stuff like that.
He was on a surfboard. Bill, did you, whatever happened to that piece of paper? I know that we had it for a while.
It's probably somewhere buried in here, babe.
Okay, so we have a question here. How did we meet David to start on our illustration journey? David online on an application, what is a platform called, what was it? Upwork? I don't think
Upworks, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a online freelance graphic design, but they have graphic design, computer programming, linguistics, mathematics, all kind of skill sets. But they have graphics
let's say
online, and
let's say
I was just fishing. I was just putting in for jobs. I was replying to everybody I could, saying, "Hey, here I am. You want to try, me out?"
let me put this
So.
in perspective. We had already committed book one, and we were working on it, and we'd already committed to go through. And in West Virginia, right, hon?
yes, and it was
To do
Bohannon.
a presentation of the book and everything at this big library and so forth. Well, I had been going through, and I had so many different people trying them out. I just had stick, man. I have just garbage. It was terrible. And David responded. We were in Houston at our friends. What was it at Labor Day?
There was Labor Day weekend
Labor
in
Day weekend, and David called us. Okay,
2014.
so we actually made it. Book one, we had all the drawings done, but only about the first 2/3 were all colorized. So we actually did the projection and read the book and all that stuff, and nobody ever noticed anything about it. But it was tough.
Yeah, no, they did notice that they were in black and white pictures, but we explained why. I mean, they wanted us there then. They invited us. I didn't feel that we could very well say no.
But along with that, where we had to fly into, we had to drive about 2 hours, and it was just pouring down rain.
Oh.
Well, JoAnn went through and she got the car and I got the luggage, and put in the back of the car. We drove there. We got.
Mind you, it was, let me interrupt a second. From the airport to where we were going was 2 hours up a mountain in pouring down rain.
So we get there and open the car door, and JoAnn says, "That's not our suitcase."
Yeah.
I didn't know which one she packed. So we called the airport and they were closing down. They're going to open up, I think, about 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock. So we got a couple of hours rest. I had to drive all the way back, switch, drive back again. And there was no rest. And I think JoAnn had about maybe an hour rest before we had to go through and do the presentation and set up. So that was very stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was my very first presentation and it went very well. They were very pleased.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what got me going around doing things. But I saw a question on here that we were asked, how did I come up with the name Sir Pigglesworth? Well, when we were given the little pig, here's my pig. Hopefully y'all can see this. I don't know. I can't see me because David's sharing his screen. But this little pig was given out to us in our church, and our pastor asked us to take it around and post pictures on Facebook over the summer, letting people know where we'd been. And rather than just post the pictures and saying nothing, I was making little stories up of it. And I came up with the name Mr. Pigglesworth. It just popped into my head. I really don't know how to explain that. It just popped in my head. And I started putting things out on Facebook, and everybody was saying, oh, well, where is Sir Pigglesworth, is Mr. Pigglesworth going next? Well, I was at a jazz concert one day, and I was just sitting there and thinking, wow, wouldn't it be cool if he became royalty and we named him Sir Pigglesworth because the Queen knighted him? And so I put that on Facebook and said, meet Sir Pigglesworth. The Queen knighted him today. I'm so proud. And everybody was like laughing about it. And next thing you know, I thought, well, if everybody's disinterested in Sir Pigglesworth, maybe it would make a cute little book. My pig is very cute. And that's when we started trying to, I had already written the book. And that's when I started, we decided we were going to put full page color illustrations in the book. And that's when we started looking for David. And
it took us many years, but actually Sir Pigglesworth is a registered trademark now.
Now, yes. Yes, he is. So nobody else can use his name, but just watch David draw as he goes along there. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He loves to do it.
Look at the expressions that he put in there. Anything that Sir Pigglesworth is feeling, David draws. And he puts things to show, like there's one where he's ice skating at Rockefeller Center and he's pirouetting. And the way David does it, you can actually feel like he's turning around. So he puts so much expression and movement in there.
It's amazing. So talented.
Isn't he talented?
Okay, so question time. Does anyone have a question?
Is everybody off mute to ask a question?
Okay. Well, in the chat, just for attending, we're giving you a free ebook, and it's to help you to raise a child with some self-esteem and positive messages. So we want you to click on the link and sign up for this free ebook. So would you do that for us? And we'll give you a few minutes. And when you've signed up, just let us know that you signed up so we know that you did. Is that all right?
See, Delanda says beautiful work. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And David will entertain us with his beautiful work while you sign up.
You can all see what I'm doing there, I hope, right?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic.
Woo-wee! All right, so I want to welcome. I want to welcome, of course, our guest and our creator, David, and Jeff. Oh, I guess you're a friend of JoAnn's and Alicia. I met her yesterday. Thank you for joining us, Alicia. And Delanda, who's also an author of 4 books. Alicia is also an author of many books, and we'll hear from them towards the end. And Jean, of course, is part of the Brightside Club, and she's our VIP. So thank you for that. So thank you all for joining us today, and please sign up for your free ebook. And of course, if you want to make a purchase today, I will make sure that you have a link to the bookstore as well. And Bill, if you'd like to tell us, because it's Father's Day, he's giving several offers to you. So Bill, if you want to tell them about any special offers, or you can just sign up. It's still a good value, $49 for the whole set, normally $79 plus. Yes. All right, so I'm giving you the link. So click there and buy a book. And Bill,
it's actually it's a book set of all 8 books in the first series.
All right, so by now you've got your free ebook. And if you want to buy a book, that's available as well. And for those of you watching on Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere that it's available, we will make sure that you have that link as well. Summer is a great time to read with kids, and one of JoAnn's goals is to get books in children's hands, because as everyone knows, literacy is just really in need of people reading more, because each year we find that kids are not reading, and that's affecting their grades for comprehension, for vocabulary. And so it's really, really important that kids get to read. And it's just so much fun to see illustrations and have some fun. And it's a great activity as well. So we want you to go to sirpigglesworth.com and make a purchase. And if you can't make a purchase, get the free ebook, but get something today. And I think the free coloring book is at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Okay, so if you scroll right to the bottom, you can download one of David's great illustrations, and you can get a coloring book as well.
There's also a link there to where you can see the video of book 1, which is about 14 minutes long.
Now, if I share my screen, then it'll stop David, and we want to enjoy these.
Right. Well, I mean, you let me know when if you need to move on.
Yeah, but look at that picture. Look how it looks like he's really shushing down a mountain. I mean, I just love it.
Yes.
We're gonna have to have him go skiing somewhere someday, David.
Yes, we do.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, that's a great one.
All right. So if you will stop sharing, then I will end with the Queen's message for everyone, and then I will leave it for more questions, and then we can close, unless y'all have some more exciting news to give us. Oh, yes, we want the authors to introduce themselves. But first, let's go see what the Queen has to say. Now, bear with me while I pull up the screen. Here we go. Oh, I guess because you're drawing, David, the screen is. Okay,
oh, I'm sorry. I thought.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
So Elizabeth, the website's not coming?
No, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's just the bandwidth. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. All right, now it should be towards the bottom of that page.
Yeah.
Or in the middle.
Go to home first.
Yeah.
Go to home.
Yeah, because you're on books. Okay, so it's on the home page.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, let's scroll down and scroll down. And don't forget to write us a review. If you can, we would love for you to write a review now. Here we go.
Okay, so the first one's the jingle, then the message from the Queen.
You got a slow connection.
The light that I announce.
It's just not cooperating, is it? There we go. Can everybody see the screen?
Well, it's just
No,
screen. Now there it comes. Well, but the message isn't playing.
All right, well, we're gonna have to tell you what that message is, but
you want me to play it? We have a higher
yes, you
bid.
can. Yes, that might be well, that might work. Let me stop sharing.
Let me get over to it. Yeah, ours comes up right away. So where's my share thing? Here it is.
At the bottom of the screen.
There. Let me share this one here. Yeah.
Okay.
Royal greetings from the Queen. It is with great delight that I announce the commissioning of Sir Pigglesworth as my royal ambassador to all the children of the world. I now dispatch this brave and noble piglet to travel on a globe bringing joy, understanding, and plenty of good fun to the children of every nation. Sir Pigglesworth will teach a new generation to share our planet with a spirit of acceptance and goodwill. Please welcome our royal emissary, Sir Pigglesworth, into your city and your hearts. Go visit him on sirpigglesworth.com and Facebook/Sir Pigglesworth. Godspeed, little pig.
There you go. That's the end of it.
Play the jingle.
Yeah, play the jingle.
Yep. We're not hearing it, Bill.
You didn't hear it?
No. It showed the pictures, but not.
That's weird.
I know. We heard the Queen.
Okay.
Okay, well, go down and show them where the so there's where you can get the coloring pages, and it's 5 pictures from each of the books, and I think we only have as
There's
far
about
as
40,
book
right.
8. I think we have up to book 8, but it's 5 coloring pages, so there's 40 altogether.
There's also a question about the different books, and that's very good right there for people to see if you're paying attention. But the kids can do that. And JoAnn would go through and say, what does she have in common with Christy Gamaguchi? And because she was on the Story Monster Inc., a feature story was JoAnn right there. So that was
so much fun to do that interview. Too bad I didn't get to meet Christy.
right.
It was a fun.
So there's just a lot of stuff here, and we have like the free books that you're talking about is right here. You sign up, it's a download right away. So it's just there's just a lot of stuff. So
books, and this talks about the those pictures that are coming up are the new covers that we've put out. I just think they bring the whole picture more out in your face, looking with the new design that we have.
We used basically the same thing, but we went to full bleed all the way through. And some of these stories are just fantastic.
Well, actually, all of these stories.
But you can see like David, where he makes this thing look like was actually going up there. Okay, so it looks like the action is there all the way through.
And so what you'll notice now, after book 8, which was Pigeon Forge, after that, when we rebranded the covers, we started rebranding the name of the books too. So that he's no longer going to be, he's going to be somewhere. And you can tell the Balloon Festival is going to be in Albuquerque, but rather than saying Adventure in Albuquerque, I've decided to change the titles of the books. And now it's Flying High at the Balloon Festival. And when you read the book, you're going to know where he's at. And book 10, the next one that's coming out, is actually going to be in London, but it's called Sir Pigglesworth and the Great Crown Jewels Caper. It's a murder mystery. It's not a murder mystery, it's a theft mystery. And so we're just rebranding the books a bit.
And I think I've got, let me see if I can jump over there real quick. I'll get a,
The books are also available in Spanish. Keep going down, Bill. Do you not have the Spanish ones there?
yes, I did. Let me jump over here. I'll just show you the book cover for 10.
Okay, but we're on this page. Show this.
I'm going to right there. Let me jump to it. I think I have it right here.
Books are also available in Spanish so that everybody knows. And I'm looking to put out on YouTube. The girl who does my hair read the book for us for one of our podcasts, and she's going to be reading them so that we can post them out on YouTube.
David did such a great job for this because you can see in London, you can see the fog in the background. And he's just
not seeing it. We're not seeing it.
Oh, I probably need to, I know what it is when I have to stay here and go back and reshare that screen just a minute. There it is. Now you can see it, right?
Yes, there it is. Okay.
I mean, just you see
how cute is that? He looks special.
I love the coat and the hat. That's so British.
Yes.
And the London fog. Yes, that's adorable.
Okay, so that's just a sneak peek at book 10, which will be launching. We're going to have our first launching in September of book 10.
September 5th.
Y'all have
here on Zoom. We'd have to put Sir Pigglesworth on a red carpet and roll him out for the launch. That would be fun. Yes. So thank you all for watching. So this is the time when you get to network. So since we've got two wonderful authors, I'm going to let them introduce their books and then we'll come back. But before that, does anyone have any questions for David? Give David a big hand, don't you think?
Right.
Yes. Was magnificent. David, you are so talented. Thank you for joining us. And I don't think we've ever had anything like this, Jean, before on our show. So this was a first for us. So how thrilling and exciting. So Delanda, tell us about the books and introduce yourself. And then Alicia, we'd love to hear from you. And then Jean can tell us about some specials with Avon. And then we'll wrap up. So over to you, Delanda.
You're on mute, Delanda.
1 sec. Let me get